Hey guys, Akil here. Hope you're having a great start to your trading week. We just got finished our first day in the live trading room, and as always, we had a fantastic session looking at a lot of potential trading opportunities and, of course, sharing 3 hours of fun discussion and analysis with a great community of traders. One of the opportunities that we looked at today was a 26.18 opportunity on the dollar Swiss, and I want to share this opportunity with you because this is a trading strategy that we often get a lot of questions about. So hopefully by watching this video, it will give you more clarity on how we trade this technique. But if not, please go over to our website, www.tradeempower.com, where we have a free training teaching you this strategy. So all you need to do is invest about an hour and a half of your time, maybe a couple bucks for a notebook, and learn a strategy that can get you started in your Forex trading journey. Of course, there's always a lot more to learn on both the technical side and the psychological side, but at least this will give you something that you can use to start producing profits. So check it out while you're over there. Also check out our other educational services, such as our live trading rooms, our syndicate programs, and of course our full training courses. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below or shoot me an email, akil@tradeempower.com. I'm going to grab some lunch, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Here on a daily chart for dollar Swiss, you can see we're basically been testing and probing this higher DSR level, right? You guys see this higher level of structure? This line in the sand right here? You mean yes if you see it? Phil says Swissy is very, yep, that's exactly why I don't trade it, Phil. Yep, me and you are on the same page. But we've been flirting with this level up here, right? And as we go down to a lower time frame on the 4-hour chart, you're going to see that, again, here's our higher DSR level. Price action has made a move, right? Swing low to swing high. Retracement right here. We consolidate it for a little bit. We made a sharp move up, right? Technically closing above these highs. And so I said it's interesting because we are above previous structure highs, yet below, right, our higher level of resistance as well. And what did we do up here? What did we create up at that level? Up at our DSR zone, which, yep, a double top. Right? A double top. So we've got an initial test, boom. We've got a retest and a hold, right? Meaning our first level of structure, our first test held. We have a double top. We then, right? We then put in, get rid of that. We then put in a move downward. We retraced off this level and we put in a what? A lower low, lower close, right? We violated the low, the valley point of our double top, right? This is V point. And now we're retracing back up in the structure, setting us up for a 26.18 opportunity. So for a 26.18 trade, what we want to do is this. Let me ask you guys this. Is anybody unfamiliar with the 26.18 setup before we go on? Okay. What I want you to do, you can do this after the fact, right? So if you're not familiar with 26.18, we actually have a free training on it, Phil. Head over to our website. Just go right here on the homepage. You can actually watch, I think it's about an hour and a half video teaching this technique. Yeah, so you can check that out. Put it on the to-do list. Say, look, guess what's back on the top? I've been told only fill it out. Yeah, only fill it out if you're serious. Enough story time. But 26.18 opportunities. What you want to do here at 26.18, right? You want to draw that Fibonacci retracement from your swing high to your swing low right here. And your kill zone is going to be from your 618 retracement, which is 97.07, right, to your previous structure high. So this is the area in which you're looking for a potential reversal. Now, how you trade the 26.18, that's completely up to you. You can be super aggressive. Just put that limit order right on the 618 and say, hey, price action, I dare you to hit it. If you hit it, I'm getting short. Or you can use this as kind of a kill zone and say, if price action hits the 618, then I look for X, Y, and Z to enter the trade. And you can do that by going down to your lower time frame. You can go to your lower time frame. Let's just redraw that zone out. Redraw out our kill zone. Ha, ha, ha. And let's say you're a trader. Almost did it with a straight face. And Daniel says, one day in the live room and I signed up for the course. It's when you know, you know. When you know, you know. I did the same thing with my wife, guys. Saw her for the first time. I said, hey, babe, let's get married on day 2. No, I'm kidding. That would be reckless. That would be reckless. But if she ever asks you guys, just tell her I would have done that. But anyway, so you can redraw your kill zone here on the 60-minute chart. And you can look for an entry reason. So let's say you're someone that needs a lower low, lower close to enter, right? You're just basically, right, going through, right? Boom. Did price action hit your kill zone? Yes or no? This is our 618 right here. Yes, price action hit our kill zone, right? If then thought process. If price action hits kill zone, then look for, and again, we're using the example of lower low, lower close for entry, right? And let's just throw something else on here too. You guys don't see this a lot, but little known fact, these are actually the original rules for the 2618 was using a EMA. Now, it doesn't really fall into the philosophy here at Trading Power because we don't use moving averages for anything else. But the original rule was actually looking for a lower low, lower close of an EMA. Any of you guys know that? Nope. There you go. You learned something new. Nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with this rule, but just little known fact. And you can use one EMA. You can use EMA cross. Doesn't really matter what it is. The difference between EMAs is just how they're calculated. EMA, SMA, HMA, just the calculation of them and the weightedness of them. I'm not a moving average person, so I look at them as all the same. I've just always used EMAs. So let's say you're looking for a lower low, lower close. You know what? I don't even remember the periods, Gene. I want to say a 13. Just because we're typically using Fibonacci numbers. I want to say a 13 or an 8. It was a small one. I want to say a 13 or an 8. I just put in a 13. I'm assuming that's what it was. That number stands out to me. But either a 13 or an 8. But then look, so we're looking for a lower low, lower close, right? Do we get it right here? Yes or no? Nope. Do we get it right here? And let's just do this. Let's just add a little bit more to this. So let's say our initial risk reward, we're looking at something like this. We probably want to take it here. Slow days in the markets. We're going to have some fun with some risk reward stuff. Or some strategizing stuff. Let's just put stops up here. 10 pips above they should be. 47, 57. Right? So we just keep scrolling, right? Did we get a lower low, lower close? No. Did we get it here? No. No. Uh-oh. High tail to the upside. This is setting up for one, right? This looks like a potential 3-bar reversal type deal. Nope. 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 And we still don't have one. So is this a negative thing? No. Why? Because it just, again, we don't know where this is going to be, but we're probably going to decrease our risk. We're probably going to increase our reward a little bit. Again, depending, we never know how that lower low, lower close will come. But the further price pushes up, for me, again, I'm a counter trend trader, right? So it's a different philosophy than a trend continuation trader. The higher we press up in the structure, the less risk I have. I like that. I'm not a risky guy. Except for my recent late night racing escapades. Yeah, I need to stop that. My late night street racing. For you guys that follow me on the gram. But yeah. Or if you're looking for the moving average cross, again, we're nowhere near crossing over that moving average. So, no entry right now unless you were aggressive, and you just wait. Maybe you get one. Maybe you don't. If you don't get one, guess what? You never entered the trade, so do you take a loss? No. So if you're a 2618 trader on the dollar Swiss, keep this on your radar. You keep tracking it bar by bar, check back every hour. That's all you need to do. It's an hourly time frame. Check back every hour and wait for the market to give you, see if it gives you anything that you want. I should be filled Aussie Canada by now. I am filled. We took it away because what happens was, you can only imagine how many traders aren't really serious about trading, right? So we get everyone and their mom and their sister and their aunt and their uncle and their little kid that fills this thing out, but most traders aren't serious. And what it ends up being is a waste of time for Charles, because Charles is the one that does these traders assessments. He's the one that schedules a meeting to call you up. So what I've heard is, based on how you answered the questions, right? Based on how you answer the question, I guess that'll determine whether you pass the initial test or not. I don't know how it works, but he's got he's evaluating your answers somehow to figure out if you're actually serious about trading or if you're just not. So if you're new, feel free to do it. Current full course clients need not apply. But the trader assessment is cool. It's actually that's how I first got started with Trading Power. Is I randomly back to story time, right? I had read about Jason Stapleton in an article from FX Trader magazine. By the way, I have an article coming out for FX Trader magazine, my third. It's coming out in a few weeks. Shameless promotion there, right? Shameless promotion. But I was reading an article and I went to his website after that because, that's what I was doing back in the day. I was in my unconscious incompetent stage where I was just on the hunt for knowledge, and I was entering every type of URL I can find. And he had a trader assessment on his page, right? So I'm like, whatever. I'm unemployed. I got nothing to do. Filled it out. And then later that night, I got a call from the big man himself. Yeah. And long story short, that conversation made me realize how much I was lacking in trading, basically. I didn't know as much as I thought I knew. Let's put it that way. And that was really the turning point, because no one ever told me that before. No one ever told me that I was doing it wrong. And I guess I never really asked anyone. Most of us as traders, we don't really have contact with other traders. We just kind of go on our own journeys and acquire information on our own. So there really is no boss, right? When you're trading, there's no coach telling you, hey, you're doing this wrong. This is probably the way you want to do it. And it's hard to be successful that way. So this was a kind of a game-changing moment, because my whole life, I've always been the type of person where it's like, hey, Akil, you just work harder and, you get better at stuff. You work hard enough, you get the job done. And trading wasn't necessarily like that. I can work as hard as I want, but if I'm working hard the wrong way, am I really making any ground? Right? Am I gaining any ground if I'm just working really, really hard, but working hard the wrong way, right? It's like people that say practice makes perfect, right? That's not true. If you're practicing a negative skill, right, you're not getting perfect. You're just increasing that negative skill, right? Perfect practice makes perfect. And this was kind of the turning point. Again, no one ever told me that, hey, you're doing it wrong. It was kind of a light bulb moment. And that sparked me eventually signing up for a training course, getting educated, still going through my many struggles, but eventually turning out to be a pretty decent trader and a pretty decent trading coach. So it always holds a special place in my heart, because that was really the turning point of my career. At least the first turning point. There are so many turning points. The first turning point of my career where I got on the right track was making that decision to fill out the trader assessment, making that decision to answer the phone call, because you guys have probably heard it in a few of my interviews. I wasn't going to answer that phone call. I don't answer numbers I don't know, especially at that time. And then, of course, after answering the number, deciding to take action. Because all Jason said was, hey, I got this live room, I got this training course. You want to hang in there for a week, feel free. And we can talk later if you want to join or not. And I literally sat in there for one day. I did the first day, and I called Jason back up. I was like, I want in. He's like, you have a week to figure it out. I said, I don't need a week. I don't need a week. Yeah. And it's kind of it's I look back at it now and it's like it's one of those things. Like, I'm not a big window shopper, but like in like art is a perfect example. I know nothing about art, but I know when I like it, and when I like something, I buy it. I don't buy a lot of stuff, but when I like something, I buy it. Whether it's art, whether it's clothing, whether it's food, delicious food, right? When I like it, I buy it. I don't. If I have to think about it for a while, I probably don't want it or need it that much. And I wasn't thinking about that at the time, but it's interesting now that I look back on it and I'm like, I had a full week to evaluate this guy and see if he was the right coach for me. Very similar to what we do here in the live room. We give you guys the free week trials. And after day one, I knew it was a fit. Not only the way he taught trading, but his style of teaching. It has to be a fit on both ends. And one day I knew it was it. And that's very interesting because it ended up being the right choice. Didn't seem like it at all times, but it ended up being the right choice.